Hello, welcome to Đông Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the news today. The ASEAN Regional Forum Security Policy Online Conference has just taken place on July the 8th under the chair of Vietnam's Deputy Defense Minister, Lieutenant General Nguyễn Chí Vinh, Chief of ASEAN Defense Senator Officials Meeting Plus, ADSOM Vietnam. Under the leadership of the Vietnamese delegation, the conference shared views on the global regional situation and the role of defense cooperation in COVID-19 and post-pandemic, enhanced the role of military defense channel cooperation in the ASEAN Regional Forum, as well as stronger connection with ADMM+. The ASEAN Regional Forum is a mechanism chaired by diplomatic channels with a focus on building trust and preventive diplomacy. Since its inception in 2004, the ASEAN Regional Forum Security Policy Conference has opened a new channel of dialogue and exchange between defense officials, diplomats, and military researchers. The main objectives of the ASEAN Regional Forum are to further promote measures to build trust among the military within the framework of the ASEAN Regional Forum and the participation of the ARF defense officials, open channels of dialogue and new exchanges between defense officials, diplomats, and military research experts, fostering mutual trust and understanding among defense officials, and further promoting and demonstrating the role of the ARF and empowering the forum. On July the 8th, Đông Nai Departments of Health organized a meeting to popularize population work in the new situation and implemented regulations prohibiting sex selection of the fetus in 2020. Đông Nai's population work has achieved the targets in recent years, such as the sex ratio at birth is 107.9 boys for every 100 girls, natural population growth rate reaches 0.93%, prenatal screening rate reached more than 81%, and newborn birth more than 78%. Despite achieving remarkable results, however, the province population work is facing new difficulties. That is, the fertility rate of Đông Nai is classified into 21 provinces and cities with low fertility, 1.9 mothers per child. Healthcare for the elderly is limited. Đông Nai has a young population, but limited premarital examination counseling. At the conference, Professor Dr. Nguyen Cư, former director of Institute of Population and Social Affairs, chairman of the Faculty Council Research Institute of Family and Population, said that in order to improve and maintain replacement fertility, Đông Nai needs to focus on a number of solutions, such as changing the message of communication, moving from the campaign to giving birth, revise, change, and possibly eliminate the policy, improve the development of reproductive healthcare services, at the same time support families of children with 2 children, such as tuition assistance, to encourage families with 2 children to study well. Many French scientists and medical officials have warned against the possibility of a second wave of outbreaks this fall, and new Prime Minister Jean Castex on July the 8th announced the plan to prepare. Newly appointed French Prime Minister Jean Castex came out on the wires in the last minute via BFM TV, noting that there won't be another coronavirus lockdown like we had in March, because a blockade of the whole country would have terrible economic and human consequences. Therefore, if it is a blockade, it will be a blockade with a goal. According to the data, the country blockade of nearly 3 months has pushed France into the most serious economic crisis since the Second World War. Economic growth in 2020 is expected to be almost below minus 10%, budget deficits of about 120 billion euros, and public debt increased by 3%, which has exceeded 100% of GDP of its country. The United States and Mexico on July the 8th issued a joint statement on relations between the two countries on the occasion of Mexican President Manuel López Obrador's visit to the United States. The joint statement between President Donald Trump and President Manuel López Obrador said the two countries have renewed and strengthened their partnerships to adapt to the 21st century security and economic challenges for the region of North America. Speaking at the White House, the U.S. President declared, "The relationship between the United States and Mexico has never been closer than it is right now. We are cherished friends, partners, and neighbors." The meeting between the President of the United States and Mexico at the White House to commemorate the new free trade agreements between the three North American countries has officially come into effect. The joint statement affirmed the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement marked the beginning of a new era that includes groundbreaking labor protections for workers in both nations. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.